Fury fam, everybody out there, it's another live edition of GL Shaking the Panel. We are here Wednesday night at 7 p.m. to talk Dolphins football. We have a panel coming up. We have Shake coming up. We're going to pop a little champagne because we did win week 1, and I already gave my recap on that. But I do want to address, before I bring the panel on, before I bring Shake on and all that, I do just want to address the nonsense that I've seen on these message boards and on these web pages and on these Facebook pages and all these other things regarding this debate from fans as to whether we should just be happy and celebrate a win or whether we should be focusing on statistics and pro football focus rankings and focusing in on whether or not a player or players performed up to an optimal level. And both sides of this debate seem kind of skewed, and both sides of this debate seem a little to be employing straw men against the other, right? On the one side, you have the people who are focused on the pro football focus, focused on the statistics, focused on the numbers, focused on whether or not a player performed adequately compared to the field or whether or not they didn't. And even when we win, these people want to make it a habit. They want to make it a focal point of their conversation, not about the win, not about optimism, but about downplaying the game because certain players didn't play up to the level they think they should have. And so they just focus a lot on how, yeah, we won, but we suck. Right? And on the other hand, you have the people who just want to focus on the win, just want to talk about positivity, just want to be optimistic, and don't want to hear anything about stats or about pro football focus or about numbers, or about how somebody looked and actually played compared to the rest of the league at their position. And if we win, then everybody's got to be amazing. The quarterback, the coach, the lines, everybody's got to be amazing. And there's no room for criticism on that side. What I'll say is this, because I've been seeing a lot of nonsense. I've been seeing people say that those pointing out some of the discrepancies, those pointing out some of the problems with certain players' performances in the game in week 1 against the Patriots, only care about stats. They're acting as if even if we won the Super Bowl, these people pointing out the discrepancies, the shortcomings, would still be crying, hey, we won the Super Bowl, but he didn't throw for 300 yards. And no. Stop. That's not what they're saying. And there's other people on the statistics side, the pro football focus side, acting as if the optimists are just blind. They don't care about performance. All they care about is winning, and they're trying to lie. Now, there's some truth to that. I hate to say it. There's some truth to that. They kind of do just want to say it's optimistic no matter what. Like, if you win any game, it's because, TUA is great, and this guy's great, and that guy's great. There's a little merit to that. It's not a total straw man. But look, the truth is that the people focused on pro football focus, focused on statistics, focused on whether or not we actually performed well and up to our ability, those people are not just obsessed with stats. They're not just focused on numbers, and they're not just crybabies because even though we won, they want us to lose because they have an agenda. No, they want us to win. The reason these people who point out pro football focus numbers and point out stats and point out missed plays, the reason they do that is not because they're trying to not celebrate the win. The reason they do it is because they're concerned that, hey, we might get hyped about beating the Patriots, but these numbers And the way these players performed, according to Pro Football Focus, the way that these players performed is not boding well for how we're going to play against better teams down the road. They are scared that if we get to a point where one of these players who are not performing well needs to step up and take the reins, that given the performance in week 1, they won't be able to do so at an optimal level and help us win the game. That's what they're concerned about. They're not just stat obsessed. They're not just trying to be pessimists. And I will say to those who are just trying to rain on everybody's parade and just be pessimists, stop that too. The optimists, the TUAneers, they need to stop categorizing the statistic people as, just haters, stat obsessed, not real fans. But on the other hand, those who are looking at the stats need to stop saying that Tua did nothing well at all. He still sucks. Everything sucks. We're the same. Give and take. We're fans, right? We primarily follow this game. We're primarily fans of this game. We primarily watch this game for joy, for fun, right? For hobbies. So if we win the game, you should probably be happy. If you're a fan who has no financial or professional stake in the actual team, and you're just a fan, and you're spending your entire week just trying to tear down a win, you should rethink your fandom. Because what's being a fan about? If you're not having joy even in wins, then maybe you shouldn't even, maybe this is not for you, because this is a fun thing. It's supposed to be fun. On the other hand, those of you who just want to be optimistic, don't look at people pointing out legitimate stats, legitimate rankings websites and ranking entities. Don't point them out and call them haters and call them naysayers and call them stat obsessed just because they're pointing out legitimate issues and legitimate concerns. I will say this about what we saw with Tua Tagovailoa in the game, and I already did my recap video. And that was an instant reaction. It is what it is. I thought Tua made some very nice throws. I thought some of his throws and his comfort level, reading the field, making the decision, getting the ball out, were good. I think he looked improved to me to an extent. I think this offense more so this offense, I think, plays to his strengths and will allow him to get chunk yardage, 20-yard plays, 15, 25-yard plays, while still operating within his comfort zone and what he's good at doing. I think that was on full display on Sunday against the Patriots. And when I say that Tua started to show that perhaps he can ball out, that's what I mean. This offense, this way of playing, this method of where you're going to throw the ball to whom and how far down the field plays into Tua's strengths. I think he's showing us he can ball out in this offense. That being said, I cannot fault, because look, I'm a fan, like I just said. I want to enjoy my week. We won. I want to be optimistic. I liked some of the things I saw. But on the other side, the other hand, you would be remiss and you would be a liar if you didn't think, or you won't say, that some of Tua's decisions and throws towards the end of the game were not only questionable, but they were reminiscent of his other shortcomings from previous years. He threw the ball at the ground on sacks a few times. He nearly threw one of the most costly interceptions we might have ever seen in years when we were up late in the game with plenty of time left in the fourth quarter in our own territory, and Tua threw basically an interception that was dropped. You can't deny that he did that. Denying that he did that is flat out being inobjective. It's being a liar. It's not being real. And I know people are talking about the only stat I care about is wins and losses. And my champagne just popped on its own. Probably because the energy in this room right now, talking to you guys, this is Fury Fam. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed yet, please smash that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. If you like objective, real talk, smash the subscribe button. If you like objective, real talk, smash the like button. If you dig objective, real talk, share this video with your friends. Let's get it popping the way the champagne bottle just popped without me touching it. Let's go. And by the way, the super chat is open. The super thanks is open. If you like the channel, you want to help me out, I'm trying to revamp and keep the branding good, keep the equipment good. Go ahead and donate something. I really appreciate it. Smash the like button, smash the super comment button, and I'll put you on the screen. Let's go. Fury fam is in effect for this season. Now back to what I was saying. Both sides have a point, right? The side that loves Tua says Tua looks improved. This offense looks like it's going to help Tua. This offense looks like it's going to help Tua get to the next level. It's going to be the first step to him balling out, as I say. They got a point. Some of these throws were 20, 25, 15 yards down the field in Tua's comfort zone with reads he's good at, the types of throws he's good at, and they look great. That Waddle play on fourth down, that was in Tua's comfort zone. It was an absolute dart. It was a great throw. It was a great execution by Waddle. We made it happen. And you can't downplay it because Waddle's the type of guy we got on the team. Second-year player. Hill's the type of guy we got on the team. That's our bread and butter. You can't downplay, oh, it was only because Waddle turned it into yards after the catch, because this, because that. No. That is exactly what we need to do, and Tua's good at it, and he will ball out if he's making those throws regularly. On the other hand, Tua looked like he almost threw an interception at a really inopportune time. Tua looked like he threw the ball at the ground a couple times and he almost lost it on a fumble. Those are the and Big O calls them brain farts. Big O dismissed, brain farts. Yeah, but they're like regular brain farts every week. So these guys pointing out PFF and stats and saying keep it real here, they're not the devil. They're not against you. They're not real fans. But they're also not fully, they're saying the truth, but also have a little lighten up. Enjoy the win. Enjoy good play. Lighten up. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. We won. As to other players, yeah, look, Eichenberg didn't play very well. I would say from jump. I've been saying, switch the centers, bring Dieter back in, let him play center, let him play guard. Eichenberg would be the backup tackle, or actually kick Eichenberg out to tackle right now since Austin Jackson is hurt. Let Little be the backup. Jalen Phillips, not bowling out in coverage. We got some concerns. If you don't think we have concerns, you're lying to yourself. If you don't think we got concerns, you're lying to yourself. So we have concerns. It's okay to have concerns. And I'm just shouting out the people in here. Bleezy's in here. Shake's in here. Von Joe's in here. Sweet Jumps is in here. Man, what's up? Scott Jackson, Mountie. We in here. This is Fury Fan, man. Wednesday night, 7 o'clock is Fury Fan, period. And if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. If you haven't shown love with the super chat, whatever we got all that stuff now. Bells and whistles, super chats, this, super thanks. Smash it. Show some love. Fury Fam is in the building, man. We in the building, man. But I'm just saying there's merits to both arguments. And all I've been seeing is it's all or nothing. Either you're a hater because you're concerned about the play of certain players, or you're too optimistic and all you care about is supporting Tua. No, both sides have an argument. And tonight when we bring the panel on, and they're coming on soon, and I'm going to bring Greg and Shake in first because you know how we do this, GL, shaking the panel. When I bring Greg and Shake on, we're going to discuss these things. And then I'm going to bring the whole panel on. I'm going to put the link in the room. Miss Fins, what's up? Blessing to have you aboard tonight. I'm going to put the link in the panel. I want y'all to jump on and we're going to talk about this stuff. But I just wanted this was been stirring on my mind the last couple of days as I'm watching these debates in message boards and on the Facebook groups and et cetera, et cetera. No one side has a monopoly on what's right, man. There was a good win. They look good. It's promising, but they have work to do. And some things are concerning. Yes. And the season will bear it out. We don't have to argue about it right now. And by the way, right here, Lakers All Day, the first one to donate to this channel. Very big props to you. And it's great to see you again because it's been the off season. We haven't talked. It's great to see you again. Great to see you again. And I will go to that TUA interview and I will listen at 9 minutes. And if anybody else has heard that, I want to listen to that. I remember I watched his interview, but I don't remember exactly what he said at 9 minutes. I will pull that up. I will do that. And I'm curious about, what was said with that. And if you want to hop on, we'll have the panel in a few minutes. You could hop on and tell us what was said. But there is work to do. But here's the thing. The season will bear it out. Now, I am rooting for a win this Sunday, obviously. I'm going to lose. I'm going to be in a bad mood if we lose. I'm rooting for a win, but I did predict in my season predictions, I did predict a loss this Sunday. My point in saying that is the season will bear it out. There will be a time where Tua needs to make the throws like against Tennessee last year, and he either will or he won't. There'll be games where the offense needs to score points and be efficient, drive in and drive out. They either will or they won't. There'll be a time when the line needs to step up in pass protection and run blocking, and they either will or they won't. At the end of the season, it's going to be undeniable, and we're going to be able to look at it and dissect it. There's no sense in arguing about it week one and fixating on it week one. It's going to bear itself out. It's going to bear itself out. So we don't have to be against each other, man. We're all Dolphins fans. Let's root for the Fins. Let's be happy with the win. Let's acknowledge we have some problems. Here's the thing that I will say before I bring the panel on. I'll bring Greg and Shake up in a minute. Here's one thing I will say. It doesn't seem like the team and the coach is satisfied with the performance last week, if that tells you anything. They were happy, but I read that they didn't even celebrate. And you could hear in McDaniel's post-game, he was happy. He's like, yeah, they put me in Gatorade. I don't want them to, this and that. He said, but, you don't want to hear my actual thoughts right now. You just want to celebrate the win. You don't need to hear about my job as a head coach. I'll leave you guys to it. I love that. And the more I hear about McDaniel over and over again, the more I love this dude. He was basically saying, yeah, celebrate it, but I'm already thinking about the next week because we have a lot of stuff to clean up. And all the articles and everything I've read from the media since then has shown that Tua, the team, nobody is hyped up about this win against the Patriots. They themselves are sitting there, even in a win, saying, nah, we could do a lot better than that. Now we got to improve. So that gives some credibility to the stat guys that are obsessed with the Pro Football Focus. It also gives some credibility to the optimists because they know we got a good team, we got a good coach, we got a good quarterback, we're ready to go. They know we got all of that. So we are headed, I think, in a good direction. But this week's going to tell us a lot, man. I don't think the Patriots are great. I do think the Patriots are very good in the trenches and they're underestimated. I think they're a good running team. I think they're good at defending the run. I think they got a good defense. I think the idea that they flat out suck and we should have dominated them on every, from start to finish, I think that's a little ridiculous. I don't think that's true. But we're going to see a lot with Baltimore, who we crushed last year largely due to the defense, who now wants a revenge game. They're at home. They want to beat us. They want to make Tua beat us with his arm, probably. Let's see how we do. And it'll sort itself out. But the team doesn't seem satisfied. The team seems like they know who wasn't performing well. So there's no need to beat a dead horse. They already know. But there's nothing wrong with pointing it out either. Let's just be sensible with each other. Let's be real with each other about stuff like that. With that said, let's bring in Shake and let's bring in Greg. And let's just get going with LG shaking the panel. I mean, we're out of me on the radio. Flexing. She loved the sound of my voice. It's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all day. Pick up the phone late night with Larry K. I know you heard me on the radio. Flexing. She loved the sound of my voice. It's the best thing. Daydreaming of the jazz all